How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well. If you were here yesterday, I appreciate you watching. I'm coming back for a little bit more. So, as the thumbnail will tell you, this is kind of how you should be dialing in your marshals, or is it not? Because do I actually know what I'm talking about? It's kind of open for debate, isn't it? Realistically. This is all about marshals. The reason that this come about is because I was talking to somebody last week, and he said, hey, do you remember when you used to have that JCM 800 and you used to just absolutely dime everything right across the board? And I was like, I remember that. And it was a dead simple setup, delay. Don't even know if I used... No, I didn't. There was no reverb in that. It was just delay. There was a little bit of chorus and an EQ, but I haven't put chorus in that. And the reason in this, and the reason for that is I'm kind of leaving it as a bit of a blank page for you to go and fiddle with. That sounds weird. So let's dive straight in. You would have heard it in the track before when I was just bumbling my way through that. So what I've done is pretty much dimed the important bits. Okay, so the drive is all the way up. The bass is 9.9 because that's just me being like ridiculously fucking picky. And I'm using a Les Paul as well, and they're a little bit woofy by nature. Woofy by nature sounds like a shit rap band. The mid's all the way up, and the treble is all the way up as well. I've upped the presence, the channel volume is at 8, and I've upped the master a bit as well. Now, you go, well, why haven't you like dimed the master? Don't really want to do that, just start clipping and getting ridiculous. But the important things are dimed. It's not like, you know, perfectly EQ'd for a cutting tone. It's none of that shit. It's very, very simple. It's, you know, Yingwie used to do, I'm not sure if he still does it now, where he just literally just goes right across the top and just throws everything up. The sag, I've dropped that down to 3.1 just for a better feel under the fingers. And the rest of it I've kind of left. Now, in between the amp and the cab is the EQ. Again, I'm just taking a little bit of the low end out of the Les Paul, because you've got to. And next to that, there's two cabs. I'm actually using dual cabs for this. So I've got a 4x12 greenback 25 and a 4x12 greenback 20, which has got the 121 ribbon on it. I did experiment with a couple of the mics on that, and I just kind of just left it as it was. Transistor tape, just go with that vintage feel. And then a Hall reverb out of the legacy section, which kind of gives it a nice big lift. But again, once you download this, it becomes your property, man. You can do whatever you want. And right on the end, just because it's habit for me, is the tile reverb. So you would think, looking at that, that it's just going to sound really harsh. And it probably does. But if you listen to any isolated tracks from Slash, you know, that guitar on its own sounds brutal and it'll tear your face off. So let's take a listen, shall we? So there's a shit ton of sustain in there as well. But obviously, if you're using a Les Paul and you do that little trick where you go in between the pickups and then kind of just roll everything off. Which is probably where your chorus would kind of do a little bit more sexiness for the tone. But that is basically it. And I've been using this morning, and I actually changed to an IR, which is from Ownhammer, which is the one that I use all of the time. And I've actually opted to stay with stock cabs because it just sounds better. you know, I think there's a lot to be said now, and this could be a little bit of a journey for me of using dual cabs, dual greenback cabs. That could be the future. That could be the all new Johnny. It wouldn't be a Johnny Lee video if it didn't do some kind of pinched harmonic in there, would it? It just wouldn't happen. All right, as always, thanks for watching. You can go and download this for free. The link is, you know, somewhere it's either in the description or pinned to the top of the comments. I just like to keep you on your game and keep you, you know, where the fuck is it? And I'll be back in a few days with something else. What that is, it's in the back of my mind, and that's where it'll stay until I see you again. Take it easy. See you in the next one.